second the motion, Madam Speaker.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. I call the member for Ryan.
Madam Deputy Speaker, I thank the member for Newcastle for moving this motion, a motion that I am sure will enjoy the support of all members of this House. It seems like only yesterday that we were farewelling athletes about to head to London for the 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Back then, I attended the Australian Paralympic Team's launch ceremony at Parliament House. There, I had the opportunity to meet young stars, such as University of Queensland alumni Bridie Keane. Bridie was captain of the women's wheelchair basketball team, the Gliders. I also met Dylan Alcott, a member of the men's wheelchair basketball team, the Rollers. Both teams went on to represent Australia with distinction in London, and both won silver medals. In total, 161 Australian athletes went to London as part of the Australian Paralympic Team. Between them, they achieved outstanding success, resulting in 85 medals, including 32 gold medals. This was the biggest gold medal success since the 2000 Sydney Olympics and was strong enough to place Australia fifth on the overall medal tally. Among the team were some standout performances, particularly in the pool. Swimmer Matthew Cowdroy cemented his status as an Australian sporting legend by picking up another 8 medals, including 5 gold medals. That took his overall medal tally to 13 gold medals, the most of any Paralympian in Australian history. Another swimmer, Ellie Cole, won 4 gold medals and 2 bronze medals, and at the age of 13, swimmer Madison Elliott became the youngest ever Australian gold medalist. But arguably the star of the Games was Brisbane-born swimmer Jacqueline Freeney. Jacqueline won an outstanding 8 gold medals, the most ever by an Australian at a single Olympics. This included gold medals in 6 individual events: the 100 metres backstroke, 50 metres butterfly, 200 metres individual medley, 100 metres freestyle, 50 metres freestyle and 400 metres freestyle. She was also part of the successful 4x100 metres women's freestyle and 4x100 metres medley relay teams. In 2012, a total of 18 Queenslanders participated in their first Paralympics, and no doubt Rio 2016 will present an opportunity for more Queenslanders to participate for the first time. One such participant may well be 26-year-old para-canoeist Curtis McGrath. Every athlete has a story to tell about how they got to where they are, but few stories are as compelling as that of Curtis McGrath. In August 2012, the same month as the 2012 Paralympics opened in London, Sapper Curtis McGrath was a combat engineer with the Army 6th Engineer Support Regiment based in Brisbane. Sapper McGrath was serving in Uruzgan province leading a team when he inadvertently stood on improvised explosive device, or IED. Despite extensive injuries to his legs, he miraculously survived, but the injuries rendered him a double-leg amputee. Curtis's Paralympic ambition began that day. He later shared with the Gold Coast Bulletin newspaper that even as he was being stretchered from the site of the blast, he was telling his colleagues that he would become a Paralympian one day. After months of rehabilitation, I was honoured to be present when he rejoined his mates at the Welcome Home Parade at Gallipoli Barracks in Ogra. He then dedicated himself to his chosen sport of para-canoeing, which will appear for the first time at the 2016 Paralympics in Rio de Janeiro. Having won gold medals in his class at the 2014 and 2015 World Championships, Curtis stands a good chance of making the team. To raise money to make it to Rio next year, he's been supported by Mates for Mates, a charity dedicated to the rehabilitation of current and ex-serving ADF members who have suffered physical or psychological wounds. Mates for Mates have set up a fundraising page to help Curtis fulfil his Paralympic dream and have raised more than $8,000 so far in aid of his cause. The motion makes note of chef de mission Kate McLaughlin, who will become the first woman to lead an Australian team at a summer Paralympic Games. It is hoped that she will lead a 170-strong team to the Rio Paralympics, which would be the largest team since the Paralympics were held on home soil in Australia back in 2000. Madam Deputy Speaker, members of the Australian Paralympic Team are tremendous role models to all Australians. As mainly amateur athletes, they represent the original Olympic ideals and compete for glory and for their country, their team and themselves without the promise of extensive financial reward. I join with the member for Newcastle and the rest of this House in wishing all aspiring Paralympians the very best as they make their final preparations for Rio next year.